Good morning. This is Shirley, your rent-to-own coach. Have a cup of coffee with me. Every time I talk about the lease purchasing, I'm always here at my desk and having a cup of coffee. So if that would be a great thing to start. Have a cup of coffee with Shirley, your rent-to-own coach. What I want to go through with you today is a little bit more intense. Help is the word. And I figured out that that's how to execute a lease purchase. Because it does take a lot of that, of setting it up right. So, how to sell your option home if necessary. You never know. You could buy this home on lease purchase, rent to own, and later you could want to move, and if you've structured your contract in the right way, then you could move, or if you're being transferred. And you could sell your option if necessary. The owner's not going to give you your money back, but if it's structured correctly, and only 2% of the agents know how to do this, because they specialize in lease options, lease purchases, and rent-to-own homes. To structure a lease option contract properly, it's only 2% of the agents, and you could sell your option later if you get transferred, if you have to move. It can even be set up if you want to do that to make a profit. Some people do lease options and make money on them. When they sell their option. You can't sell a property you don't own, but you can sell your contract if it's structured correctly. Now, some investors that you work with, if you're out there looking, they structure their contracts to ensure their position, not yours. Why would they do this? Well, so they can take the house back if you can't buy it later, and you won't get your money back, and so they can do it all over again with another tenant buyer. Now, there's nothing wrong with that plan. You just have to know that they are in business to make money, and that's what they do. And you could do the same thing. But if you're going to be doing it for your own home, you want to make sure that you don't get into that position. Because they'll also, if they extend you after 12 months, if it wasn't structured properly, they will ask for another option fee, which option fees are non-refundable. But if you don't comply and want to and can get your mortgage, and they will take it back because they can do it all over again and get another option fee. So you need to be aware of this. You need to learn. Invest in your education. That's investing in yourself. And that'll save you money in the long run. Now, the contracts that you will need are a lease, the sales contract, the option agreement, and a memorandum of the option. You should also talk to a CPA, a lawyer, and definitely talk to a 2% licensed agent who specializes in rent-to-own homes, lease purchases, lease options. And you can take my advanced courses for this also before you do it. I will go over with you in a class what you do with each of these, but basically, or how you structure these. But basically, you have a lease that has to be separate because you're going to be a tenant. A sales contract, because you'll have an option to buy the house at a certain price, and an option agreement for that one, and then the memorandum of option is so you can record it. I had a girl call me the other day that she had done a lease option, and after a year the seller wasn't making the mortgage payments, and she lost the house and lost her option fee. Now, if the house was going to go into foreclosure, let me say this, the memorandum of option won't even help. except to the point that they will let you know that it's going to go into foreclosure. But what it does help with is if the owner wants to sell the place out from under you, they can't, because a memorandum of option will put a cloud on the title. So they'll have to come to you. And at that point, then you can just say, well, I'm in it, and I'm not going to sell you my contract, and you can't do that. Or you might want to let them buy you out of it. It all depends how it was structured, remember. So if you take my advanced classes, you're going to learn how to do that. Now, here's what I can tell you mostly. Everybody wants to know what a good deal is. Well, there are a lot of things that make it a good deal. But remember what the bad deals are. You pay an option fee, but you don't get an opportunity to get that option fee back if you have to move. That's a bad deal. Another one is you pay for the repairs and the maintenance of the property, but you don't get a credit for this. Now, you don't get a credit for this even if you buy the house. You do if the house appreciates because of the work you do on the house, then that's equity that will be yours. But if you don't have that set up right in the contract, then that's a bad deal. The other one is you don't get any home ownership rights. You're making the monthly payments, but the owner-seller still gets all the homeowner rights, the benefits. That is okay for the owner again, but not for you. So what do? Let me see if I've got this one. Okay, here's what you can get. You pay an option fee to lock into the sales price. That's good. That's a good deal. But what happens if it doesn't approve? Will you lose the home and the money you paid? What if it doesn't appraise? And of course, what if you don't get approved for the loan? But we're talking here about what if it doesn't appraise? That's a bad deal. So let me say this. This is why you must learn. You must invest in your education. You must invest in educating yourself. Read on the internet, but learn and take my classes online, or come to one of my boot camps. I even can consult you. You can hire me as a consultant, and I can consult you along the way. You can hire me also as your agent, because I am an agent as well as an investor, and I could do my best to protect you. But that's why you talk to an attorney too. You should have an attorney close these for you, or at least read over your contract before, if you're just working on your own, even if you're taking classes, and even if you're working with a real estate agent. Have an attorney. If you don't have the money to pay for an attorney's opinion, then maybe you should not be doing a lease option, because you're going to have to spend money to get what you want. So I hope this helped. This is our advanced rent-to-own lease option, lease purchase video, and I will be doing more, so please contact me, Shirley, at 678-294-6548. Thanks. Have a great day.